Okay, so this is the third video. Now, I'm gonna introduce you to the text animator. And basically, text animator, it'll look a bit, when you're first learning, it might look a little bit confusing, right? So let me just basically just show it to you. So this guy right here, I'm gonna select it. Alright, we wrote it out. I'm gonna click on this arrow right here. I'm gonna talk about all these stuff afterwards. This arrow, click it, and you'll notice this, and you'll notice that, and you'll also notice this. All you want to do right now is click on this text, its drop down arrow. Right, don't bother to transform, because you're just gonna see a whole bunch of crap and get you confused and stuff. Let's just look over here, text. Okay, and you see this path options, you got more options, you got source text, right? More enough to drive you crazy. All you're gonna do is this guy right here, it says animate. Basically, the only way I can explain is that it kind of compartmentalizes things, right? It's kind of neat, and it actually gives you a lot of flexibility too, which you'll see after. This guy right here, animate. This is a little arrow. You click on it, it gives you options. You got all this stuff, blah 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 blah. We wanna animate the position. See right here? So again, this guy right here, animate, click on that, click on position. Bop. As soon as you do that, it makes this animator 1. I remember when I was first learning about this long time ago, I was like, what the hell is this? Right? Why did it just dump something new in here? And it also made something called a range selector, some weird stuff, and you know, it can be very jarring if you're just just a regular person. You're looking at this stuff and like, what the hell is all this stuff, right? Basically, like I said again, it's like what you call it, just compartmentalizes specific types of movement that can be done, like position. You can animate scale, you can animate rotation, opacity, blah 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 blah. This guy right here, animator 1. But to help us to kind of not get confused, I'm going to select this. I'm going to hit enter. Right, I just hit enter. And then at the beginning of it, right, I'm going to write down SI for slide in. Or I could put a dot or period I. Right, SI, S dot I dot whatever, and then animator. I'm gonna erase that 1. I'm gonna put a little dash, not a, you could call it dash or whatever, and then space, and I'm gonna put down position and enter. So basically, the reason I'm doing this is because we're gonna have a lot of these animator 1s, but we're just naming them right now. You will get confused. So I put S.I and a dot for a slide in, and then animator, I erased the 1 and I put position. So we're gonna animate the position, right? That's what we're gonna do right now. So I'm gonna pause the video for a second. Okay, so here we are, right? And what I want to do is, and let me see here. Let's crack open range slider. Yeah. You want to crack open something called the range selector, right? I don't know how the best way to explain this, right? Because it's flexible. It's flexible in a sense that depending on the situation, right? You either key some of these and not key some of these, depending on the situation, the movement, the type of a movement or the type of animated reveal that you're trying to show. So basically what I'm going to do is, again, range selector 1, right? Click on that, range selector 1. This here, this, you see this blue guy right here, this marker, time indicator, make sure it's at 0. And you see here, start, it says 0. This right here is a stopwatch. Basically, this is where you set a keyframe. Right, so at frame 0, range selector 1, I want to set a key. Click on it, and you see over here, ignore this crap. It annoys me. I don't know how to get rid of it. But you could just see right here. See that right there? That's your diamond. That is your keyframe. This symbolizes your keyframe. Right. So I just set a key pressing that. Blue means set. A keyframe's been set. Okay. And then from there, and I'll talk about why we're doing this too, right? Right now it's just the setup. So we set a keyframe. Frame 0 at the start, right? I'm gonna go to frame 13. Right here, frame 13. You can also tell over here it says frame 13. Okay, 13. And then frame 13, right? I'm going to set another keyframe. But you notice that if I click on the stopwatch, okay, look what happens. Look, it just took away your previous keyframe. So when you're first learning again, these are the little nuances that'll irk the hell out of you, right? So I'm going to do Control Z to undo. Now, when you're placing the initial keyframe, that's when you put the little stopwatch, like I just said. But then when you move forward in time, and if you click it again, it just basically undoes it. It just undid it. What you want to do is you need to click on this, add or remove keyframe right here. So when you first set a keyframe, you click on the stopwatch. When you want to set your next keyframe, you click here. There, see? Just remember that. Just little quirks that you gotta work with. There are shortcuts for this, but I'm not gonna show them right now. Right? So I set one here, and I set one here. And I'll explain why I'm doing that. Why did we have to do that? Because it's a little bit confusing to explain, but once you get used to it, you start to don't mind it, and you kind of like you're okay with it, and you're kind of cool with it. It just takes some tinkering to get around, to wrap your head around it. Anyway, so from there, what I'm gonna do is here I'm gonna scrub to here, right? And it's at 100, right? Here we are, that guy right there. Frame 13. This right here, I'm gonna set to I'm gonna hover over it, left click, and drag it towards my right, so it turns 100. Right, so this here is 100. This here is 0. You notice this right here. I want to point this out. I'm at frame 0, right? Start is at 0, and then at frame 13 we had it set to 100. Take a look at this huge ass cursor right here. I'm gonna scrub it back. You see this cursor? Right? See how it's moving? See, like that? It goes over here. I'm gonna scrub. So this is basically gives you a precursor as to what this thing is capable of doing. The text animator. See? You're gonna want to be really mindful of this guy right here at times to help you to understand what the hell is happening. later on, right? So start at 0, right here, and I'm gonna scrub. Wait, let me select it first. Let me select the freaking layer, right? Select this part right here, so you can see the cursor. This part right here. I just select that. Right. 0%. It's over. Was it here? Was it? Yeah. 0 is here, and then it goes ba 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 100. It goes over here. So at 0, it's at the left. At 100%, it's at the right. The cursor, right? At 0%, cursor's on my left. At 100%, my cursor's on the right. Okay. And nothing happened, but I just want to show you that because it all links up together afterwards, right? So whoop-de-doo, right? You just wasted, looks like you just wasted, I don't know, 11 minutes for what, this? But just don't worry. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to, so I'm going to scrub my time indicator to all the way to 0, and right, range selector, right? I just close it for a bit. I'm gonna open it back up, and this guy right here, position, right? This position is within your SI, meaning slide in. Animator, that was animator 1. We wrote on position, right? Here's your position, that guy right there. I'm gonna click on the stopwatch, right? And you can see the diamond, and you see this 0 0 and this 0 0. So this 0 0 is for your left to right. This 0 0 is your up and down. So this 0 0, the one right here, see this guy right here, I want it to be way over here, off to the right of the stage. So this is my left and right column. This here again is my up and down column. So my left and right column, I'm gonna hold the control and hover over it, left mouse click and hold it, and I'm gonna drag it, let go. I'm gonna drag it, let go, drag it, let go, drag it and let go, drag it, let go, drag it, let go. Now it's off screen. See? Off screen. And in order to kind of see more, you hold a space bar. You hold it down. You do not press and let go. It will play the animation. Just hold the space bar. See how it turns into a little hand? Right? I'm holding the space bar. I'm not letting go of it. See? You can see right here. There it is. That's your text box. I let go of the space bar. Okay. Always remember, press V if things seem kind of out of whack. V is for your selection tool. So you set a position all the way over here. Okay. And I'm gonna scrub it. Right. What I'm doing is just over here, scrubbing it. Now we see some action. So what just happened is that basically at this start, right, 0, and then at frame 0% at frame 0, and then the position, right, you see how I scooted way over here. So start 0%, position is over here. Now you notice this start 100%, right? 100%. So basically what it's saying is that position wise, all right, at frame 0 I chucked it over here, and then I scrubbed it forward, and at 100% it moved over here. So it may look confusing, like what the hell just happened, you know? You moved it over here at frame 0 and you set a key, and then all of a sudden this whole thing is freaking moving, right? So when you're first learning this stuff, the text animator, I just press the space bar once to play it. It'll look confusing, like okay, what just happened, you know? But which is fine. It'll build up from here. Okay. All right. So we did that, right? Position at frame 0. We chucked it over here. You see this? 1,307 pixels towards the right. I'm gonna scrub it over here to frame 13. Right, frame 13. Here, I'm gonna just type in 0. Clicked it once, I type in 0. Okay. So I press the space bar to play the animation. No big deal, right? Same thing. Even though I typed in 0 over here, same outcome. Right? And you notice that you see these you'll start to notice little X's, right? These X's represent for each letter, right? Each letter is sliding in. Okay, I'm gonna just use my mouse scroll to kind of zoom out a bit. Hold out my space bar, hold the space bar so I can kind of pan it, kind of center align it. And this here is at 50%. I kind of like having gray stuff over here. Helps me to frame it. So we did this, right? Even though this part right here at the last frame for position I put 0, 0, there was a reason for this. It's all come together afterwards. Okay. Alright, so the next thing I want to show is that another feature, right, is right now I have each letter sliding in. I'm thinking, you know what, I want to have inside each letter each word slide in instead, because I think it's cheesy how you see how each letter, right, is like one at a time coming in. It's a bit cheesy, I think. So what I'm gonna do is I want to introduce something called under again, right? Animator, SI, slide in, animator. We brought down position. Under the advanced tab, right? That's again underneath range selector 1. I take it as a range selector, like meaning like the range. This is the range of little bag of tricks you want to put into here. Right, this is the range from here to here. That's how I just kind of interpret it. You know, whatever animated bag of tricks you want to throw in here, right? This is the range that you're gonna have it doing in. That's how I just kind of interpret it. And anyway, so what I'm gonna do is under advanced, I'm gonna click on that, and more stuff happens. Let me just drag this higher so you can see more. Right, in here under the advanced you have all this crap, right? Blah 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 blah. Right here, this guy here, based on, I'm gonna choose words. Okay, words, based on words, and then I'm gonna close it. Then I'm gonna drop this back down. Then here I'm gonna press space bar to play it. Okay, I kind of like that better. I think it's cleaner and more simple, right? Rather than blah 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 each letter. Okay, so that's what we did. I'm gonna just end it here for now, and then I'm gonna come back to it afterwards. I know that, you know, it may be like in this day and age people might be impatient, right? But you know, I need to explain everything, you know. So this is literally a class, you know, it's not just a freaking YouTube tutorial, right? So It's just my job to do it. But let me just show again what it's gonna lead up to. Let me bring back my other canvas. I'm gonna dump it back in here. All right, and then I'm gonna play it again so it'll be kind of bearable. See, and at the end of the day, you know, it'll look fun and slick. See, and the colors are animated, right? See, and over here, you don't see it here. See? Well, you kind of. Boom. See? So that's what you have to look forward to, right? So just bear with the, you know, kind of moving kind of slow, right? You just gotta bear with it. I want to try my best to pick up the speed afterwards, after you get more and more accustomed to it, because you get some more and more gnarly. You're gonna see this, then you're gonna see this, then you're gonna see this, right? Then you're gonna see like freaking this, right? And then each one of these, you know, this is why I take it slow, because you're gonna see this, blah 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 blah, all this stuff. And if I go at it at regular pace, this is gonna be overwhelming most likely, and you're just gonna be copying. But if I take it nice and slow, you know, you at least kind of understand what the hell is going on. That's the whole point, what I'm trying to sell, right? So next tutorial, I'm gonna go further. All right, bye.